Hey guys, thank you for stopping by my channel today. It is time for June favorites. And you know what I have to say about the month of June this time? That was the longest month ever. Like ever. The amount of things I was able to do in that 30 days of June should have really taken me all the way through summer into the fall. Like we should really be at like the Sephora VIB sale that happens in November. Like I should be looking for my coupon in the mail right now because I can't believe everything that has happened only during the month of June. I mean, I started it in like Idaho or something as I was kind of driving across country to my new residence here in New York where I was originally born and raised, so I'm super happy to be back. The unmoving or the moving process is finishing up down to just some final touches, which is great. Let me show you this. Do you see those happy little guys back there? Those are all my makeup brushes. They make me so happy. Yes, there are a lot of brushes. Yes, I have a problem. Yes, you don't actually need that many makeup brushes. No, I will not stop buying them because, I mean, how do you not smile when you look at those guys? So I've got some favorites for you this month. There's kind of a theme because a lot of them right now are like oily, which you'll see what I mean. But the other theme for my June favorites is that there is no theme. It is just completely chaotic because that's kind of how I feel like my life has been the past month. So I do have a couple of things I'd like to share with you. If you want to see what I've been loving in June, then just keep watching. So I'm going to start with a couple of eyeshadow palettes that I've really been liking. I swear, I start every morning thinking I'm just going to go with my summer quick and easy eye makeup look, overall face makeup look, and then I just get all involved and I'm watching YouTube while I'm putting my makeup on, and before I know it, I've got like an 85-step eye makeup look going on. The first one is not, I mean, it's new, but it didn't just come out, and so that's kind of not the reason I love it, not just because it was just released. I've had it now for a little while. It's by Too Faced. It's the Sweet Peach palette. First of all, the smell on this is so intense, which everybody keeps talking about, but it's way stronger than the chocolate bar palettes, where it's just a very lovely, pleasant summer smell, which is kind of what I've been doing every morning. The reason I really like this palette for right now is for all of the warm tones. The browns and then obviously the peaches, they're just super, super warm, and they're just giving me the most incredible eye makeup looks that I'm kind of going for now that the weather is so hot and I really shouldn't be wearing a full face of makeup, but I'm loving it, enjoying it, and doing it anyway. I also love that there's a couple purple, there's like a green, so you have a lot of versatility with this palette. The other palette that I've been loving, which I am wearing all over my face, is brand new. It's the collaboration between Tarte and Graveyard Girl, which they call the Swamp Queen. I love people who have personality and creativity. So this is actually just kind of an all-over face palette. It's got the series of eyeshadows, but it also has a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. Whenever a palette comes out like this, where it's kind of multi-function, I always challenge myself to actually use it that way. And a lot of times palettes like that are hit and miss. Like they'll be real good in the eye department, but like the bronzer won't be so great. The bronzer in this case is a hair orange, a hair. So it will work for a number of skin tones, but maybe not for everybody. But what I'm loving about this palette is check out that pigment. Holy cow. Let me swatch the blush also. The blush is a really neutral kind of pinky rose blush. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, but doesn't really show up on application. And the shadows also are just so pigmented, quite an intense pigment, and I was really happy to see that. I love to see good pigment. Like that's like my primary focus. I want to see pigment. I don't want you to have so much filler or blandness to yourself, especially when it's in the pan and it looks really dark and intense and you're like, oh yeah, that's gorgeous, and then you put it on and you're like, where is it? I don't even see it. So pigment is probably my primary. I did not just do that. Pigment is probably my primary focus when I'm trying out new shadows. And it also, one more time, it's got some real nice warm colors, but it's also got the violet and purple accents in there as well, which I do think complement pretty much most every eye color and skin tone combination. I'm sure there are some of you out there who do not like the purples or the warm browns, and that's okay, but that's what you're going to get in this palette. I am wearing it all over my face, and I was really happy that everything worked out nicely. Like, I was not grumpy about any portion of this palette. I just posted a video on serums and what they are and the ingredients in them, and a couple of them that I have been using. So I do just want to highlight what those serums are. And I love, by the way, that one of you explained to me how to properly pronounce this dude's name, which I kind of annihilated in the What is a Serum video. It is by Henrickson. This is a vitamin C based serum which will help you fight the free radicals and helps you prevent the signs of aging, and helps you fight sun damage and aging from sun damage. It is called the Truth Serum Collagen Booster, so it also does really good plumping, boosting things to your skin. And I have been using this now for the last couple of months, and I feel like my skin is vibrant from the vitamin C. But I really have been liking the effects, and the feedback from you guys about serums was pretty incredible too. A number of you are very familiar with using serums and have reported really, really great results. So this is a winner for me by Henrickson. Ooh la la. No, it's not ooh la la. It's ooh la. The other serum that I've really been enjoying the last couple of months that I also talked about in that video is by Cosmetica. It's the Pure Hyaluronic Acid Serum. And this serum, hyaluronic, I had trouble in that last video saying it too. Hyaluronic acid is a hydrator, a skin plumper, and just does really friendly things to your skin, which I feel most especially, one, during the hotter, drier months, but two, if you also have a problem area, which I do, and I could not wait to tell you about, which is right around my mouth and into my nose. And so I am a tremendous fan of serums right now, and if you're interested in finding out why, like I said, definitely check out that video. I hope it's not a little dry. It's a little bit factual, but I really did try to make it light and airy like a serum. Ha! No pun intended. It was a little bit intended. As I could see it develop in my brain, I was like, oh, I see that pun coming. Okay. Moving on. Let me talk about some oily products, which is kind of appropriate for the summer because we are constantly trying to replenish our skin with all of the natural moisture. I don't like that word, moisture. But the natural oils and such that wind up drying out because the sun is warm and we're active and hot and sweaty. Ew. Anyway, so I talked before about how I really like the Garnier makeup cleansing oil, facial cleansing oil, and I hated the bottle. The bottle is awful. It leaks everywhere. You could never even begin to travel with it, even if you wanted to, because you would oil everything else that you brought with you. So I picked up by number 7 their version of a cleansing oil. It's the Beautiful Skin Cleansing Oil for normal to dry skin. Actually, honestly, I've got oily skin or combination skin, and it really doesn't make a difference what kind of skin you have. I use it as a pre-wash to kind of cut the makeup and clean the makeup off my face, and then I do a very gentle cleansing with a micellar water after that. And I have no complaints about the number 7 version, which is sold at Target. I will say that the bottle is fabulous because it's got this little, it's a pump, so it's got this little twist on and off, and I find that the leak factor is virtually non-existent, and that is pretty important to me. 1, because I don't want my money spilling out all over the place, but 2, I don't want it contaminating all my other stuff. It does have, if I was to give you one con for it, it does have a slightly interesting odor, and I'm gonna leave it at interesting because it really isn't bad, but it's just kind of muted in a not so wonderful way. I feel like they could have done a little bit more to increase the pleasantness to your nose area, which is where you happen to be putting this particular cleansing oil. Now, if it were unscented, that's another story. It's not unscented. It has a scent to it, and it's a little bit interesting. You'll have to check it out for yourself. I think I've talked about the Marrakesh hairline here before. They also make like hand moisturizers and stuff. But what I've been using a lot this summer, most especially for my ends, by the Marrakesh line is the Brush Up Argan Oil Mist Shine on the Go. Now this thing is major. Like, you can't, it's a spray bottle. You cannot spray this just on your hair unless you had straw hair. Maybe then this would help you. But if you have any other kind of hair besides straw, you do not want to spray this directly on your hair because it is a very it's a thin but very potent oil. So what I particularly do is I will spray it into my hand, which I'm not gonna do right now because that would be kind of messy. But I would spray a couple pumps into the palm of my hand, rub my hands together, and then use it to just kind of glide through the ends of my hair to really give them moisture, but no place else on my hair, because like I said, it really is pretty major, which is good because it totally helps out the ends of my hair, which tend to very easily get fried during the summer. I love this smell, by the way. You will either love it or hate it. I think I've mentioned that before. It's a pleasant, earthy kind of smell. How the heck do you describe a smell in words? I love the smell. I love the effect on my split ends. And like I said, I've been using a lot. I'm almost done with this bottle. It's going to make it into an empties video at some point. One of my last favorites for the month also is an oily product. It's by Vaseline, so drugstore product. It's the Cocoa Butter Vitalizing Gel Body Oil. First of all, it smells great because it smells like coconut. See, that smell was pretty easy to describe. The other one's major complicated. It makes me like get all tongue twisted trying to describe to you verbally how something smells. So I use this product. First, let me give you a little background story. I'm pretty white. I have very light white skin. If I lifted a leg right now and showed you my leg, you'd go blind because I would be that blindingly white because I am that kind of pale and I burn. So me and SPF are like BFF. SPF and BFF. You see what I did there? That was kind of funny. Maybe not. I don't know. So despite the fact that I am so light, I do not self-tan. I cannot be bothered. I do not like the idea of being streaky because even the most professional ladies and gentlemen out there who self-tan, you will occasionally show up with the streakies. And I'm like, I can't deal with that. I think all of you who do self-tan, you look wonderful. I'm actually quite jealous of it, but I guess I just don't have the patience in order to do it. So what is my point? I do not self-tan. And so I'm white, but that doesn't mean that I should look chalky, right? I should look like my skin is supple and moisturized. So on my legs in particular, most especially the thinner skinned areas of my calf, you know, like on the front of your calf. I'm touching my calf right now. You can't actually see it, but you get the idea, right? So I will use on top of SPF, because you don't want to attract the sun, so I've always got SPF on. But on those kind of dried, chalky looking areas, I make my skin sound so fabulous. Rather than just a plain moisturizer, I will just apply this in some of those areas that need a little bit extra attention. And it just winds up making my skin just look a little bit more decent than pasty, chalky white. So that is me and my life for the month of June, which, like I said, I swear could have lasted about 6 months. I can't believe it was only 1 month's time. If you like this video, please don't leave without giving it a thumbs up. And if you're not already one of my subscribers, then I would appreciate it if you did subscribe. I do post videos every Friday, but I do like to switch it up. So if you're a subscriber, you will be notified if I throw in a random video somewhere else during the week. What are some of your favorites this past month? As always, I am very curious. I also need your help. I indicated that a lot of my favorites were somewhat oily in nature because I'm trying to moisturize. So I'm wondering, what is your go-to favorite kind of nighttime, nice and thick, really moisturizing moisturizer? I want to put something on my face at night to really moisturize out the day. I want it to do something for me overnight so that when I wake up in the morning, my skin feels moisturized and supple and not dry in any way. So what is your favorite nighttime moisturizer? Because I need to go shopping and I love your input and recommendations. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I do appreciate it. I hope you have a really good rest of the day. And in the meantime, thanks.
My word, it is so hot in here right now because I had to close the windows. And there must be like a bird farm or a bird farm? Where do birds live? A collection of birds? Where do they live? Anyway, they must all be living like right outside my window. They are so noisy. So I shut the window, which will turn on the sweat machine. But I'm kind of wondering if you're going to be able to hear the birds as I continue filming because you can't shut them up. They're out of control. I'm having trouble with this hair right here. Just stay down. Like as I talk and move, I feel like it frizzes and kind of lifts itself. No. Am I beginning to glisten? I can sense that I'm very warm right now.